short clip, Succeed in 2023. What if we could help you to really make a difference in your business? We're going to speak about non-negotiables today, and we're going to address some things that are the reason to why coaches not succeed and why they are suffering while running their business.
Hi guys, as you're checking in, please just check in and comment and be a part of this training. Or if you see this training later on, please write #replay. So we're gonna talk about the non-negotiables, and as Lucas said, what we experience is that a lot of coaches are actually struggling. They have this frustration of they're lacking flow in their business. It's hard. It's a struggle. They need to keep pushing. And it's just not a lot of fun. It's just not giving what they really want.
And they're lacking continuity, where stuff is actually happening. Because why are we running a business? We're running a business to gain clients, to make money, to bring in consistency, but even more important, to bring in security and certainty about the future, so that it says that, hey, I can actually provide for myself and live out of my business. Because that's why we do what we do. If we wouldn't want that as an outcome, we wouldn't start the business in the beginning.
Absolutely not. And if we break it down, what is it all about? And this is where we need to say what needs to be said. A lot of coaches are actually working on a very low standard. So we need to talk about standards. What are the standards that we're having when we are running our business? Because if we look at standards, we have standards all over the place, and we don't get what we want in life. We get what we accept in life. And we also do that in our business. It's exactly the same thing. And if you were looking at your personal hygiene, you could look at it such an easy thing as brushing your teeth. Because I hope and I think that most of us and all of you are brushing your teeth, right? It's a standard for your personal hygiene. I brush my teeth. And there's some people who have the standard of brushing their teeth once a day, and some people have the standard of brushing their teeth twice a day. But there are people out there who does not brush their teeth, and the result of not doing that is that the teeth will fall out, and they will be sticky and disgusting.
So digging the hole down and making sure that that's nasty.
Oh, that's nasty, right? So what is the standard? And we have it all over the place. We have standards within relationships. What do we accept in our relationship? What do we accept? What is the minimum we are willing to do in our hygiene? What's the minimum we're willing to do, everyone? What is the minimum you're willing to do in all areas of your business? That's your standards.
And what's important to understand is that it's a human factor. We are, what if, I want you to listen to this as if it was actually going to make a difference for you, because we're in a couple of minutes, we're going to show you something that can map out what are the actual results that are either creating results that you want, or either creating results that keeps you in that position of struggling. So as human beings, because it's not like if you're a coach then you're deemed or doomed to struggle with these things. We do that as human beings, and what we're actually doing to keep our standards low is negotiating with ourselves. Is this important enough to do? Do I feel like it's the right thing to do? Am I ready to do this? Am I in a good place right now so that I can do this? Or whatever it is that we're doing, it's an internal negotiation. But many of us aren't that aware of our negotiating. But we're telling ourselves, can I do, is this the right thing to do? Yeah, it is, but I can do it tomorrow. And if it's one thing that I know, someday will never come. Someday never comes, because we are postponing things and pushing it onto our future. And when I say that, it might sound super simple and you might be like, yeah, I know that, but let's stop, because you would have a different quality life if you were to really do the things that you are negotiating away in order for you to bring those results to the table. And it's such a basic fundament for any business owners and those who actually apply a high standard, like Sanne spoke of, and are disregarding from the emotional or the thing, like negotiating from a state of suffering. They are making a business, they are making revenue, they are getting clients, and they can live on their business. So there is something within you that you are negotiating. I can swear, like I know it because I've met enough people now to say that, yeah, we are negotiating away what needs to be done because it's easier not to do so. And if this makes sense, please write sense in the comments because we can see it in ourselves. Yeah, I'm about to take that sales call, or I'm about to do this thing, or I'm about to speak to that client, or I'm about to fire that client. I'm going to do it later because later I'm going to be ready. Right now, I'm not ready.
Yeah. And this is also to understand that we are here, and I hope you are here because you want something you don't have already. You want to get to that next level in your business, as we all want. We want the growth, we want the scaling of our businesses, which also means that we need to change habits, because this has to do with habits as well, because we need to have a higher standard, but it's also habits. There's things I'm doing, and there's things I need to be doing. And I can assure you, if you're not making any money there in your business, there's a lot of things you need to do that you're not doing. And I can assure you that when you look at people who are just killing it, making 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, million a month, I promise you, they are having higher standards on every level in their business. So how do we make it into our life so we can do the same? And what is it exactly that we need to do? What are they talking about? What is it I need to do, right? So what we need to do is start looking structured on our business and understand it is a business, and we need to check in. We need to make sure that we are checking in, stopping up and looking into our numbers, stopping up and looking into different areas of our business, because our businesses are built up in different areas, and we need to evaluate and audit. So how am I doing in this area and this area, and what do I need to do in order to get the next level of results in each level? So in order for us to work with this, what we need to do is understanding it has to do with our standards. It has to do that we cannot negotiate things. If we want results, we need to stop negotiating. We need to do the things that make those results. And we need to evaluate and audit. What is it I need to do? And where do I need to change it? What's working? What's not working? So let's do it. Let's do the work.
Yeah, how do we map that out? And you can just follow along. If I were to step into this thing, then I would like to just speak to you about like your non-negotiables, because there are certain stuff that we can't disregard while running a business. So if we were to look at, you can't disregard marketing. If you disregard marketing, no one will know that you're there. No one will get in touch with you. No one will start to trust and like you enough to have that conversation about the difference that you can make for them.
Can I just add what is a non-negotiable? What could be a non-negotiable in marketing? So what could be a non-negotiable in marketing? Yeah, a non-negotiable we have, since we are doing organic marketing, a non-negotiable is it's not up for discussion whether or not we should make our content. It's just not a thing. It's something that we need to do. So we need to make our content, and it is at least 3 times a week on our personal profiles. We need to do that content, non-negotiable, and we need to do the content in our group. Otherwise, we will have a problem throughout the whole business if we do not run our marketing. So that could be a non-negotiable, doing your content.
Yeah, and then you might think, what group are you talking about? We're talking about the group that you're watching this video from. Yeah. And this is a part of our non-negotiable. We want to make sure that we're providing you with some actual specific training that you could take and make something out of, so that you can create a different result for yourself. Which means that we're going to do this, and we're going to do this with continuity. We're going to do it over and over again with different trainings, new influences, so that you can actually gain value out of being a part of our community. So when we step back to this, we can watch marketing, because marketing is such an important basis of running your business. The next one is sales. If you're not prioritizing sales, you're not going to earn money, you're not going to get new clients, you're not going to have that security and that certainty for your future, and you will struggle if you don't have a standard that takes your sales to the place where you can live on your business. We need to look at your products.
Should we take just, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but can you give an example of what could be a non-negotiable about sales?
Yeah, absolutely, and we could break it down differently, because if we were to say like what is a non-negotiable for sales, it could be, yeah, my non-negotiable for sales are that I'm gonna do 10 sales calls a month. That could be a non-negotiable. But depending on where you're at in your business, you might not have the certainty within yourself to say that I know how to create 10 sales calls in a month. And if that's you don't have the know-how how to go from having sales calls, not having sales calls, to making 10 sales calls a month always, then that's not a good non-negotiable. Then we could have another non-negotiable that could be, I'm not postponing sales, which means that in every opportunity that appears, I'm not postponing sales. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm not going to negotiate away the opportunity for me to make a sale. So if you can follow along with that, write in the comments, following along, so that we understand that this land and actually contains value for you, because those are two non-negotiables that we should have. I am not postponing sales. I'm not pushing sales like away from like the point of time, like now. If sales occur, I'm gonna take it. So yeah, that's a cool thing. When it comes to products, then we're coming, like if we were to be more specific about like your coaching, I would rather say your program. So your product is your program, and if you don't have like one program that is set that all your clients follow, then it's still a program. If you're coaching a client over like a sequence of time, it is a program. So that's the third one. When we're looking at client success, what's your non-negotiables for client success? What's the bare minimum? What do you need that your clients experience out of your participation, out of their participation in your coaching? And then we're looking at, if we go even deeper, we can go into team, or we can go into ops, and then we're going really deep. Do you want to say anything about team and ops?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, sure.
So what's the non-negotiables about team? When we're working with a lot of clients, and we are working with clients. Some clients are just starting up, and we have a lot of clients who's just starting up, doing the first 100K in the business. So just getting started. And when you're just getting started, yeah, you need to do a lot of work yourself, because you don't have the resources to outsource everything you need to do. So you'll be doing it yourself. But what happens when we start growing our businesses is that at some point we make so much money that we need to buy back our time. And that's what we will do that by outsourcing. So the first employee we'll have is, first of all, absolutely what all coaches should be doing. That is a non-negotiable for all coaches. Don't do your freaking own economy, like the audits.
Yeah, don't do your books.
Don't do your books.
Leave your books to someone else.
I've seen so many coaches spending days doing something they're not trained for.
Yeah.
And you make it wrong, and you are not focusing on where you should be focusing, because you should not be focusing on doing your books. You should be focusing on selling, because if you were selling, you would have the money to buy someone to be able to do your books in no time and make it right and make it the most beneficial way for you. So that's an absolutely non-negotiable for every coach. Don't do your own books. Make sure someone else does it. The next thing you want to...
Can I just say something about that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. But if you don't want to do your own bookkeeping, give that away to someone else, but you need to understand your books better than anyone else. If you're making 100K a month and you have like a 1.2 million revenue turnover in your business, you need to understand the numbers. You don't need to learn it beforehand, but as you're making money, make sure that you understand how money flows into your business and flows out of your business, because the game of running a business is partially to understand the financial side. But you don't want to be the one actually filling out the numbers in the like T-konto, like you say in Swedish.
No, and that's so crucial. So as you hear here, that there's new standards that you need to apply depending on where you are in your business, because you don't need to understand everything like in the beginning. Start by understanding how to make sales and in the beginning.
Yeah.
Marketing and sales is the only thing you need to understand until you're making a revenue, so you can start outsourcing it. And then you need to outsource. When we work with our clients in the top 1%, yeah, they're making money and they outsourcing someone who can make those like boring things that you don't like to do. That is everyday things, the small things that needs to happen when you're running your business. So you have a VA, but are you being an assistant to your VAs? What is the standard of you running your team? What is the level of standards of you running a team? Because if we go back to the audit, the many times I've heard, yeah, I need to have this. My bookkeeper says I need to do this and this and this. And if you were changing those standards, you would understand that your bookkeeper is working for you. You're not working for them. You need to understand that your bookkeeper should make sure that they are giving you how it needs to be looking in your business. And this is why Lucas said it's so damn important. You understand what you need to be. You understand the numbers, because you need to have a bookkeeper who will do the best thing for your business, not just what I need to do according to the law, because that's what makes the whole difference. But that's about the standard. So that's a long lesson about standards about your team.
In regards to team, it's really funny because I have a meeting with my team right now that starts at 9 a.m. Yeah, it is. But I also know that you're also on this. So could you just tell them that I'll be on in 5 minutes so that we can wrap up this training? And sorry about that. Thank you. I appreciate you. But could you also say something about
So that's the operating systems. What is the standard I have? What's the non-negotiables about that? That's how we can deliver the things. And when you start up, you don't need anything. It's actually, here I want to put it the other way around, because I've heard so many coaches who's just starting up their businesses and are so overwhelmed and stressed out about all the technical stuff, about getting the program into like a platform and all of that. You should not be focusing on that when you're just starting up. Use Facebook. Use something that's easy for you. Use Google Drive. But as you grow, you will grow out of those simple, and you need some systems that will support you. So what is your non-negotiables? Because this is also about how can you make it easier on yourself running your business. And you don't want to do that too early, because then it's not going to be easier. You want to have your team being able to build up your systems,
and that is why team come before OPS or ops. But what like in the beginning, it's super simple to just have something like Sanne said, Google Drive, so easy. Facebook or any social media platform, so easy to have and to navigate and stay connected with people. So like those are two very basic, super simple operating systems that you could have. But let's look at the other part of it, because then we can distinguish when we have the different areas. Then we can distinguish. So if I were to rate this from a scale of 1 to 4, where am I at within this area? So am I on number 1, which like a disaster, nothing is getting done? Am I on number 2, not good enough, can continue so this is not good enough, I can't continue with the way that I'm doing stuff right now? Or number 3, good enough, but it could be better, like it produced results for me, but it could be updated, it could be better. And then we do a number 4, as good as it needs to be right now, because it produces results in a way that is providing for me in my business.
And just realize it doesn't say it's perfect and everything is 100%, because it will never be. You're running a business. Everything can always be better, but it's just as good as it needs to be. Nothing has to be perfect. It just has to work. Because when we know, if you will rate each part and you know it's working, that's not where you will focus right now. You need to find out, where should I focus right now on leveling up my non-negotiables.
And what I want for you right now is that you are starting up with mapping your situation out. So if you were to look specifically at marketing, like where are you at on this scale of 1 to 4? Are you like, if marketing is disaster and nothing is getting done, then you know that that's the place you're at. It's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's just the way it is. It's a mirror of reflecting of your situation. It's reflecting your situation on reality. That's it. Check in. It's an audit. Boom, done. Then we're looking at sales. And if you don't have marketing, which is a bad example, we're going to move marketing from like nothing is getting done. And then we're going to put it instead is in like it's good enough, but it could be better. But sales are not good enough. It can't continue. I need to do something. And when it comes to delivery of my product, then it's disaster. Nothing is getting done. I have nothing. I have no idea what to sell, and I'm not producing my offers, and I'm not doing blah blah blah, and I'm not prioritizing client success for a thing. But what I do though is that I'm creating a beautiful team of people where we can like, yeah, like it's good enough. I have the team ready. But the team ready for what? And then you can have like an inner dialogue with yourself, figuring out like what's reality here, what is creating results for your business, and what's holding you back. And then ops systems, let's just put it here because because we're creating a map. Because what this does is that you can start to define a line between these dots that creates for you a visual map of how you're actually producing in your business. And when you get this, you can start mapping out and getting a function for, or a map of how are things actually working for you. And that's such a crucial, important part of running a business, and being aware of where am I really strong, what's not good enough, and what do I need to improve.
If you would love to have our list here, just write audit in the commentary field down here below. Just comment audit, and we will send this list to you so you can actually use this one.
So you'll get a PDF that you can print out in your printer, and then you can map it out. So write audit or write me, and then we'll send it to you. And with that said, people,
yeah,
I hope you're having a great weekend. Soon Friday is the workday's over, and we're gonna go into weekend mode, and soon will be Christmas. Make sure that you see the importance of making it super clear on what's reality like right now. Because if you do that in December 2022, you're gonna change the opportunity for you going into 2023. Make sure you comment below what you take away with you, and if you want this, write audit or me, and we'll send it to you.
Yep.
See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Take care. Bye.